I was sitting here thinking about how awkward I can actually be in real life. Like, I stutter and I trip and I can be really clumsy, and none of that is visible when I am working out or showing you my flows, or even when I am lifting weights. None of that is visible. Not my nervousness, not this energy that I get that is just giddy, I guess. I forget to breathe. Excitement, maybe. Fear, a little bit. It's I love humans. That's why I hate y'all. I'm included in that. Listen, it's a lot to explain. To bring it all together and like give it to you in a digestible way is a lot. And so I spend a lot of time in my mind because my mind is something I understand. I've been living with it my whole life. So it just seems simple. It seems simpler to just go in my own brain and stay there than it does to explain everything that's going on. Oftentimes people don't have the patience, and I get it. I too lack patience oftentimes. And so it's just me doing my best at existing on earth after surviving a lot of things, right? Coming out of survival mode is odd for my body because it's been through back-to-back things and not had enough time to adjust. I sound very articulate, and I understand this. I get it because I spend so much time in my mind putting the puzzle together that when it comes out, you just see the finished product. And I love that for both of us, but then I hate it for both of us because it requires a high level of patience for someone to actually remain in my life. And I do have people like that now. Very, very blessed to have people who understand and love me exactly for who and what I am, and just value my presence as I do theirs. It's a blessing in and of itself. Adulting is a lot. I've spoken to someone who arguably made it to adulthood rather successfully. Here my fish tank, it needs more water. I need to go get some, which means I need a budget, but it's hard to budget when gas prices change every day, and so do groceries. And so I sit here because the rational thing to do is to ration and budget, and yet I require fuel to do that, and food is fuel, and I'm not eating it because of anxiety of knowing all the bills fall on me. But on top of that, my son's father loves to introduce himself into my life every time that we start to do better and ignore my son's wishes, even though for all of the 6 years of his life, he has not really seen or tasted stability until the first 6 months of this year. And in June, his dad had to come and fuck that up too. And I don't even feel free enough to speak because everybody just tells me to move on, and it's not that I haven't. Trust me, I have. There was a list for that too. Everything that he ever said he could not come back to me for, I made into a list, and I did that. I would never be with someone with an unnatural colored hair and my hair was purple. I would have never been with you if the reason your hair was short was because of anything other than the fact that you just had cancer. Even though I didn't need chemo, I just cut my hair short because I thought that I might, and so I decided to part ways with it. That's how I move about life. I part ways with things and people and places that don't resonate. If I show up somewhere, it's because I have a reason to be there, a very, very strong reason. And you know, my biggest reason for living is my child, the fact that I chose to bring a human life onto this earth. And I chose, unfortunately, the person that I chose. And I chose that person because I didn't know how to speak up for myself. And so I see the detriments that can happen to somebody's very, very sane, healthy brain when they spend time around someone who constantly makes them question their reality. And it's hard to explain to someone who's never been through it because, listen, I get it. He fooled you too. I had a baby with him. I was the fool as one of the fools. I get it. So I can't get mad at you when you take his charisma and that smile that he has and you just can't help but think that everything is right. Because I thought that too. I thought that only for 3 years, and I left about 5 ago, and still this man finds ways to pull. And it's not at my heartstrings, but I guess it kind of is, because when my son was born in my heart, he gained legs and feet. So I take myself to the gym out of discipline, because even though my lineage is violent, I choose different. I choose not to eliminate myself as my son's option because I like control. It takes a lot of control to have to defend yourself to a judge in front of your rapist. The eye goes out. And because I do it, because of the work that I have done, because it looks like I'm fine, it must be a fucking lie. Nah, but I get why you don't believe me either. You know why? Everything I just described. I love my ex and I got a fucking house. I am a beast. I wouldn't even believe, and that's because I've never been alone. Not even when I was naive enough to parent a child with a married man. So I get up and I put one fucking foot in front of the other because I can still walk, thankfully, after cancer. I didn't take my limbs. So I get up and I fucking smile because there were times when I didn't know if I'd be alive. And all I wanted was to be a mother, and now I am. And he deserves the world. The world I didn't fucking get. So if your pettiness and your bullshit is what you can bring to me wherever the fuck I am, I have no respect for you. That might mean nothing, but it might mean something. It does to my ancestors. My son's ancestors too. I called on them to keep him safe. They said I had to talk.